We do not want our freedom gradually, but we want to be free now.
Civil rights activist Congressman John Lewis has died. Lewis announced in December that he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Lewis, often called the conscience of Congress, represented Georgia's 5th district since 1987. He, along with Martin Luther King Jr., led the Civil Rights March on Selma, Alabama back in 1965. President Barack Obama awarded Lewis with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. Lewis was 80 years old. Lawmakers, friends, and admirers here in Central New York remembering the life of John Lewis. Pastor Darren Jaime from here in Syracuse met Lewis only one time, but since, he says it's changed his life and made Central New York a better place.
I will say that probably I've never, ever met a more influential person in all my life than John Lewis.
It was only about 90 minutes or so, but when Darren Jaime met John Lewis, he said it changed his life. The two ate lunch together with Congressman John Katko. They discussed several issues, including race and advocacy.
I've met a lot of people from Mandela on down, but when I say the life of John Lewis, it's so surreal because this is living legend. This is a person who lived and breathed in the civil rights era. And I never got a chance to meet Dr. King. I'm a great King studier of studied King. I never got a chance to meet Dr. King. But the closest thing to Dr. King was John Lewis.
They spoke about the work Jaime has done here in Central New York, his congregation, and what's to come. At one point, the pastor just had to ask, how does Lewis do so much through so much adversity? What drives him to keep going? The answer was simple, but strong.
One thing he said is, you got to keep giving people hope. And I sat and I thought about his passing, and I thought about his message. We still have to give people hope today, that even though it's rough today, even though it's tough today, we still are offering people hope, and that's what John Lewis would want us to do today.
Local lawmakers also reacting to the passing of Lewis. 24th District Republican Congressman John Katko releasing a statement saying, in part, quote, while we served on different sides of the aisle, he was always willing to hear and consider the perspective of others. It was an honor to serve alongside him in Congress. Democratic Congressman Anthony Brindisi, representing New York's 22nd District, tweeting this morning in part, quote, Lewis's record and legacy of standing up for justice, truth, and what is right in front of any obstacle is a testament to his character.